Joining us tonight is Dr. James Baker, former chief of the University of Michigan's Division of Allergy and Clinical Immunology. Dr. Baker, as always, great to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you tonight. This is great news.
It is. So I imagine the first question that your patients are going to be asking you is, should I get this vaccine and how safe is it? What will you tell them?
First off, with a success rate of 90%, everyone should get this vaccine. The risk-benefit ratio is very good. And I think the safety data that's coming out suggests that it's no worse than any other vaccine that people get. There are aches and pains and some fevers, but with this type of efficacy, everyone should line up and get this vaccine.
Wow, strong words tonight, Doctor. All vaccines, as you know, do carry risks, and there are a lot of people who are hesitant to get them in general. So what is your advice on the side effects, and does that differ with a new vaccine compared to vaccines that have been around a while? Flu vaccine, MMR, others?
Well, the good thing about this vaccine is it's very well defined. It's the RNA for the virus protein. So in fact, there aren't a lot of side effects from different components that are in there. It's really very pure in terms of that issue. So I think people can feel comfortable that we know what they're being injected with. It's very pure, and there won't be the side effects that you sometimes get from more complex vaccines.
Doctor, late today, the U.S. authorized that emergency use of the experimental antibody treatment made by Eli Lilly. We just talked about that is to fight mild, moderate COVID-19 cases. Who would qualify for that type of treatment, and how could it help?
That treatment will help people who have more likely to have severe infections. It's not for everyone or people that aren't hospitalized. It's mainly to help folks who have pre-existing health problems who might not get better on their own. And particularly if you're elderly, if you have respiratory issues, it might be something to help you through.
Confirmed infections, as we just reported, top 10 million in the U.S. today, the most in the world. More cases and deaths expected, of course, in the cold weather months ahead. Do you think that hospitals are prepared for that? And what are they doing, or should they be doing, to get ready for what could be a surge?
I think hospitals are as prepared as they can be. You know, they have experience from the spring, so they know what they're going to need. Many of them are converting beds to ICU-type beds to take care of people with more serious infections. So I think going into this, they're as prepared as they can. But the really important thing now is that people should try and stay safe. We have an endpoint here. This vaccine will be available starting in January, and the general population will be able to get it probably in the spring. So it's not like this is going to go on forever. It would be a tragedy if you got infected and were an at-risk person when a vaccine is only months away.
And Doctor, clearly you're excited about this vaccine with 90% efficacy. Do you believe that your colleagues in the medical field, by and large, share that opinion tonight, given the news?
Actually, it's a remarkable amount of efficacy. When you hear people across the board, they are surprised by this. People were hoping that might be 60 or 70% effective. So in fact, having it 90% effective really is a game changer. And I think this is the beginning of the end for COVID.
Dr. Baker, as always, thank you.